talk now. This MMA, what we talking about? Yeah, you tuned into the pod now. Gonna be hard for you to stop now. Yeah, we caged in. Yeah, we caged in. Yeah, we caged in.
Welcome back to another episode of Caged In. I'm your host, Chris DiCarlo. Today we got a very special guest making his return to the show. It is Jacob El Tortuga Pais. How we doing today, my man?
I'm great, man. Just feeling blessed, man, and ready to fight, man. It's like that.
Yes, sir. I know you just had a fight at Fight for 22. I want to talk about that one because, I know you suffered a little bit of an injury there. So I want to check up on that, man. So unfortunately, you suffered a loss to Dee Reddick at Fight for 22. It was a doctor stoppage due to an elbow injury off a takedown attempt, man. How's the arm doing? And is everything back to 100%?
It's at 110%. You know what I mean? It's ready. It's ready to get back in action, and it's ready to hit the scope. All it really is there too.
There you go, man. And, going into that fight versus D, what was the plan versus him? And then ultimately, how did you feel about your performance up until the injury?
The plan was to use me range, just to use a lot of jabs, a lot of crosses, be unorthodox. So that was the game plan coming into it. But he had a very good game plan and just it utilized perfectly. You know what I mean? And I just felt like he was just a better man that night. But we'll meet again. It'll happen eventually. And I believe that he's a great fighter, and I'm just as great, and this is going to prove it Saturday night.
There you go. And I know with that fight with D, there was a lot of back and forth between the two of you. There's a little bit of beef there between the two of you. Now that you guys have been in the cage together, is that kind of squashed, or does that beef still kind of carry on?
I just don't feel like that was the full ending of the fight. You know what I mean? Like, if he would have knocked me out cold right there, or if I would have knocked him out cold, it would have been the sequel. You know what I mean? But I just feel like there's room for a second fight. Not now, not maybe my next fight, but in the professional level, I feel like we would cross paths again. And he's a great fighter, like I said, and we'll see each other again.
Cool, man. And let's just jump right into Fight for 23. It's going down this Saturday night. You're taking on Tyler Kirkpatrick, who is 5-4 as an amateur. When was this fight booked for you, man? Because I know when you contacted me, it was kind of last minute. Was this a last minute offer for you, man? Kind of when did everything get signed?
Yeah, kind of, yeah. Like, the thing was, my brother was supposed to fight him. Like, my brother, he actually had a 60-day notice. Like, they gave him a suspension, and he tried everything to get the fight. They were like, hey, man, you got to do this and that. You got to get cleared. So he got cleared, but they're like, hey, you got a 60-day suspension. And it, literally expires, 5 days after the fight. So he gets cleared December 20th. And they were like, well, he can't fight. And I was like, fuck it, I'll fight. So I texted Marcelo, the promoter, and he was like, hey, man, we got you. And I was like, all right. They paid my blood work, and they got me a hotel, and here we are, man. We're taking on Tyler Kirkpatrick Saturday night. And, he's a good fighter, too. He's got a lot of experience. He's 5-4. I think it's his 10th bout. But I just feel like he's in the bad path that night, So that's all there's to it.
There you go, man. What do you know about Kirkpatrick as an opponent, man, and how do you feel about this matchup for you?
I don't know really much about him. I've seen him before. Seen him at local shows. We were actually on the same card that night where I suffered my injury. It's weird though, because it's funny. I was going to the bathroom and he was in the room with me. Like, he was in the bathroom with me. No duty. You know what I mean? Like, he was in other stall. But I walk out and I'm just behind him, and I'm like, damn, man, maybe fighting him one day. And now we actually had a little conversation about my injury. I was like, man, because he actually suffered an injury too to his left elbow. And I was like, hey, man, how's the injury been? Like, how did you take care of it? And he was like, hey, man, it healed in 3 or 4 months. And he was like, I was telling him, I was like, when's your next fight? And he was like, December 14th. And I was like, hey, man, good luck. Hope you win your fight and stuff like that. And then this week, they hit me up. Hey, man, you want to fight him? I was like, fuck it, let's go. So now here we are, man. Now we're about to fight.
There you go, man. Quite the coincidence there, man. You mentioned that you were both on that same card. Did you get a chance to see his fight at all? And if so, what did you think about his performance?
You said, what did I think about my performance that night?
No, did you get to see Kirkpatrick's fight since you guys are both on the same card? And if you did get to see his performance, what do you?
Oh, you talking? What did I feel about his performance that night?
Yeah, if you got to see it, yeah.
Yeah, I seen a little bit of it. It's funny too. Again, the dude he choked out. I trained with him, and me and him we actually go a little back and forth during sparring. And I'm like, hey man, if he could do this with Kirkpatrick, Kirkpatrick's gonna be a good test to me. And that's all really there's to it. And I feel like Kirkpatrick's got a good round in him. But has he got the second round in him? He's got a third round in him. We'll figure it out. We'll find out Saturday night, December 14th, around 7:30 that night. And I feel like I would just get my hand raised any way, shape, or form, by submission, by a heel hook, by a toe hold, by a knockout to the face. Whatever he gives me, I'm going to get it.
There you go, man. And you mentioned, your elbow injury would take about 3 months to heal. You are kind of at that 3-month mark. Does everything feel good to go as far as fighting wise, man? Throwing strikes and everything. Does the elbow still feel good for everything that you need to feel good for on Saturday night?
Yeah, it feels good. Like I wouldn't want to get armbarred, you know what I mean? But like, fuck it, dude, nobody can submit me, all right? I feel it, you know what I mean? Nobody can submit me. That's just one thing about me. They want to come down on the ground with me. I'm a wizard on the ground, and I'm a wizard on the feet. And yeah, I'm gonna find out. I mean, he's gonna find out that night too. I mean, Kirkpatrick, he's 5-4. He's got, I think, three defeats by knockout. I think 1 defeat by decision. You know what I mean? There's really ain't much, I wouldn't say special about him, but he's got a name for himself. So I would say he's got a good name. He's got a good resume that I want on my resume, and that's really at the end of it. I know those guys will try to come out here and swing on me. Like, I'm gonna come out there and swing on him, and just let the better man win.
There you go, man. Do you have a prediction for this fight on Saturday night, man? I know you're a guy that does kind of like to make predictions and put yourself against that kind of test. What's your prediction for Saturday night?
Let's just say you don't want to fight me after I didn't get my hand raised in my last fight. I think it'll be early, maybe in 4 minutes. It'll be done in 4 minutes. I'm going out there to not really prove a point to myself. Yeah, I'm a better fighter than I was my last fight, and I'm gonna just show it to myself that night. No one else. Maybe to the referee, but other than that, that's it.
There you go, man. And this will be, the last event or the last card for you of 2024. When you look back on the year of your MMA career, man, how do you feel about your performances this year in the year of 2024?
Oh, great. You know what I mean? 5 fights in 1 year as an amateur. I mean, that's like some pros are doing that at the UFC. So I'm just getting that experience in as an amateur. Competing over and over and over, like every month, it's like got so used to me. I've been an amateur for like a year and about to be 2 years in April. So I'm just thinking, like, how long can I do this for? Am I really just going to keep fighting as an amateur? I feel like I'm ready for the professional level, and I'm ready to get to the professional level. This may be my last amateur fight. If not, I may do a little kickboxing fight, but my goal is to really do a couple pro fights as a kickboxer, get my striking up a little bit, and then we'll push into the MMA scene.
There you go, man. What's your plans for 2025? The new year's right around the corner. Are you planning to go pro in 2025? How many fights would you like to, any titles you're chasing, any opponents on mind, man? What can we expect from you in 2025?
You're going to expect me to be one step closer to the UFC. That's the plan. And they'll see it. I think whatever the fans want, man. Like, I'll fight anybody. They want me versus Kirkpatrick too, I'll give them that. I'm here for myself, but I'm also here for the media, man. I want the media to kind of pick my fights now. I want them to be like, hey, this is who you should fight because this makes it very interesting. I'm like, fuck it, I'll fight. I'm at the level now, I want to have my name, like, I want to use my voice to make money off it now. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a fighter regardless. But as a professional, I want to be a little bit smarter, but I'm still talking my shit, you know what I mean?
Of course, man. Jacob, I appreciate the time, brother. I know you got a big fight coming up Saturday. You're in the midst of fight camp. You're a few days out, man. Before I let you go, what do you want to leave the people with, man, and where can they come find you on social media?
Tortuga MMA. That's my Instagram. You can also get, I think, Tyler Kirkpatrick's Instagram, the Captain MMA. Get his shit in. Because you know why? You're going to figure out why this is going to be the fight of the night. Matter of fact, fight of the fucking year. This is what it's going to be. I'm not going to go in there thinking about I'm fucking wrestling. I ain't thinking now I'm going to go in there and try to submit this guy. I'm going to throw every fucking strike that I can at this guy. I'm going to throw a jab. I'm going to throw a jab 30 times. I'm going to throw my kick. I'm going to throw the kick 30 times. I'm going to throw every kick at him. He's not going to see what happens.
There you go, man. Jacob Pais, man. Always a pleasure talking to you, brother. We'll talk soon, man. Best of luck Saturday night.
God bless, brother. Have a good night.
Got down for the count and he can't even talk now. This MMA, what we talking about? Yeah, you tuned into the pod now. Gonna be hard for you to stop now. Yeah, we caged in. Yeah, we caged in. Yeah, we caged in.